Poliano here. You're watching CMS TV. Watch it, motherfuckers.
It is Chris Akin Presents, and I, of course, am Chris Akin, and today on the show, we are talking to a true legend, one of the all-time greats. You certainly remember him most from Iron Maiden, but you probably remember him from a ton of other places as well, whether it's Battlezone or Killers or now Warhorse, which is just a fantastic release. Excellent. There it is, exactly. And here to talk all about it is the man himself, Mr. Paul Di'Anno. Paul, how are you, sir?
I'm okay, sir. I've just finished physiotherapy and still going.
Very good, man. Well, Paul, it's great to talk to you, and it's great to talk to you about this new album, Warhorse, man. Fantastic release. It's a little different from some of the other stuff that you've done, but not so much that people will be like, oh my God, he's changed his direction. So why don't we start there, man? Tell us a little bit about Warhorse and specifically putting this band together and putting the songs together.
Two guitar players, Herway and Bumpy, came to me with the idea. And I said, yeah, okay, I'm sitting in Croatia the other year, went through physio and all that stuff and surgery. We said, yeah, okay, we put something together. And I don't know how to put it, as I said, I'm trying to attach myself to this now. I'm just getting used to it, listening to it, but I never wrote anything. And, I just sang on the album.
Right.
And now everyone's going, oh, this is great. And I'm there, well, okay. And it is a bit slightly different, but I'm getting to like it a lot.
Right on. Is it different for you to, well, let me just scratch that. Let me go backwards a little bit. Is it comfortable for you to start something new instead of using one of the titles that you've already established, like Battlezone or just Paul Di'Anno?
I came up with the name anyway, Warhorse. But it was just, it's just the guy's approach to writing and stuff like that. As I said, going in, just doing the voice. As I said, I've never done the music or anything, and my boy's a little bit of a perfectionist. They take so fucking long in the studio. It's unbelievable. But, the end results, there's a couple of weird tracks on there, which I'm used to, but it was fun. It was always good to try something.
Right on. Now, how does Brave Words get into the mix here? Did they just hear it? Did you send it to them? Or you friends with Metal Tim? Or how did that happen?
You did. Yeah, it was Stepan did. And I've been in contact with Giles anyway, Lavery and that. And so, they liked it and they picked it up. I think it was the first band they signed on the new label.
Right on. Is there pressure to that because it is the first? It's going to get that much more attention than something else might?
Get more shit from everybody, no doubt. But, that's what happens, isn't it? But, no, it's all right. The only problem we got now is finding the time who actually, because Warhorse is only 3 people. And then we had some guests come in. We had Joe Lazarus, Steve Harris's sister's, son played drums. Keyboard, we came in and played bass and that. And it's really difficult because, as I said, we're not talking about doing anything live yet at the minute because I'm really busy.
Sure.
Really, really busy. And we're also got to relearn a load of shit ton of old songs because this year, after a couple of more songs than the whole Iron Maiden stuff again, it's over. But going back to doing what I want to do, there'll be stuff from Ozone Killers, everything in there. It's just like a greatest hit. It's only one hit.
Very good. Well, Paul, let's talk about your health a little bit. It's obviously been in the news for many years now, it seems. Let me just start with the obvious. How are you doing?
I'm better. It's an unfortunate thing because I had an impacted tooth. I didn't even know nothing about it. And I got really sick in Argentina. I caught sepsis. By the time I got back to England, I had roughly about 24 hours to live. To wait in hospital for 6 months and then another 3 months and then died, and it attacked parts of your body. My legs went, obviously falling off the motorcycles or football and, boxing and all that shit in the old days made them very weak. Went up to the hospital and they were going to take my knee out. It's in Oxfordshire. And they did take the knee out and then I caught MRSA, which is so. First of all, if you get sepsis, then we'll not do anything with you for 2 years. 2 years of your life wasted. MRSA, another 2 years. And then I called it again. I've had that's 6 years of my life just fucking gone for it, and I'm like, oh my God. So now things are starting to happen. I'll get the treatment I need in England. They couldn't even do the proper surgery. So I came to Croatia. Thanks, Stefan. We got it together. They took this knee out and plus I don't know what that big long bone is. Is it TBR or PBR, whatever it is? So the big long one. They take that out, put that one out, prosthetic in.
Wow.
Catching up here, right? And this is it. And now, unfortunately, is lymphedema, which is like fluid buildup. I'm still not walking, but today we made some really good progress. I'm really happy. Still run up completely. Left leg's not so bad at all. We're hoping to be hopping around on crutches before I leave here. So
okay,
and then the rest is all down to physio. And finding the time to do the physio between touring.
Right.
If I do the tour, I've still got to do the tour. I've still got fucking tons of bills to pay. It's very medical.
Well, how hard is it? Obviously, the touring is going to be very hard as you're recovering. But how hard was it to even sing to the level that you want to sing to at the same time going through medical stuff? Because I'm going to guess, and you can tell me I'm wrong, but it's got to be hard to put your brain into engaging mode to sing when you're worried about your health.
See, it's not worry about it when I'm on stage. That's the thing, I don't. Everyone, everyone says, how the fuck are you doing this in the wheelchair?
Right.
And then I've got the other thing. I'm thinking, right, actually, when I stand up, I'll be able to sing again. See, that I don't know. I keep right back to that Simpsons thing when Homer was laying on his back and he couldn't stand up, and he had the voice of an angel. So I'm like, oh God, please let me be able to do this when I'm standing up. But look, I might as well get some fun out of this and something I love at the same time.
Right. Is there a line for you between canceling shows and and performing? Because let's be honest, I know you don't want to perform in a wheelchair. You'd rather get up and run around and do your thing. So where is that line for you? Is it past the wheelchair and into like breathing and what?
You see what I went through in Mexico last year at my friend's club called Cafe Iguana. Stage is something like about, how many meters high is that? It's about 10, 15 meters high.
Yeah.
And 45-degree angle. We had to pull the ramp with a pulley, get me up there. Oh man, I was shitting bricks, as we say in England.
Right.
It was unbelievable, but we done the show, so I would like to cancel if I can possibly help it. You know what I mean? Because I know how hard it is for people, especially places like South America where there's not creating the money around, to come to a show. even though they said the cream of the crop over there, they get everyone going. That's America, all the great bands go there. But I'll try not to cancel at all. Right. Barring death and losing my voice.
Right, certainly. Now, one more thing about your health before we get into the record itself. A lot of news was made about Steve Harris stepping in and helping you out, which is a great thing. This kind of two-parter. Were you surprised, A, that he did step in, and should the world themselves be surprised that he did that?
I shouldn't think the world would be surprised because Steve does a lot of things with a lot of people. But I was surprised because I wasn't even thinking about that. It was just great to see him and meet up finally. Because I mean, we talk occasionally on some of the other media things, it's mostly about West Ham and stuff like that. But I actually met up with him in Zagreb last year, the first time in about 30 years we've seen each other. So that was fantastic. Even though I see Steve's sister Linda and that quite a bit, and Clive Burr's widow as well. That was brilliant. I didn't know about the rest of the stuff that was going to help out with the last bits of rehab. I'll be run out of money again, but never mind.
Right on. Well, yeah, I mean,
Steve does a lot of stuff for a lot of people, even though he's not one of them people that go around and sort of brag about it. You know what I mean?
Sure. And I mean, the world reacted to it in a positive way, which is, you know, the way the social media works today. Everybody likes to shit on everything for no reason at all. But it seemed from everything I read that it was like, okay, this is two old friends getting together and one that's had tremendous success helping somebody that really needs, which is a great thing.
Yeah, it was really cool, actually. That was the best thing, was meeting up with Steve again after all that. Sure. That was brilliant. And as I said, but, normally we're on sort of talking on about West Ham all the time, and we're not losing. But that's, it's cool.
Right on. Definitely. Well, Paul, let's get into the record here. I always try to start with what is my favorite song on the record. And for me, this is an easy one on your record. I love the song The Doubt Within. To me, it might be the best song that you've done post Iron Maiden. It's just a cool song, and it's a little different than anything you've done before. Tell me about this song, because it is a great listen.
Well, as I said, I didn't have that any to do with the writing, so
right.
It's kind of difficult for me to sort of talk about this. I understand the song lyrically because, especially what's happened to me recently, there's always that doubt comes in. You can believe how much confidence in that I've lost, and I'm terrified of a lot of things, of falling over and all that. But there's always that little voice in the back of your head, and it's like, you mean nothing.
Yeah, subconscious.
You're a grain of sand. Right. So yeah, it's a bit weird. But I don't know. As I said, as a writer, I don't say anything because I don't want to come back at me and say, you wanker, you missed it. You missed it all up.
Well, are you comfortable with a song like that goes in a direction that you personally have not gone in before?
Yeah. Oh, as I said, I thought the whole idea about being a musician was to spread and learn things and do different things, not stuck in one sort of little pigeonhole.
Right, definitely. Now, you said your guys are your guys in Warhorse are Croatian. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is it difficult to communicate back and forth with guys that are not English?
Well, we heard why he's good because he speaks great English. Probably speaks English and all. He keeps promising he's going to, but he doesn't. But it's all right. We talk and when we have to. And as I said, I'm here at the moment, and the boys are in Split, part of the country, which is beautiful by the seaside and all that stuff. But as I said, they're studio musicians, so that they're squirreled away in their little caves.
Right.
They're absolutely brilliant on stage as well.
Right. Now, another tune I wanted to talk to, which is just fun. I'm assuming you guys chose this just because it was fun, was the cover, is Tequila. Why Tequila? Was
just nothing to do with that. I put my hands up because I drink tequila occasionally. Boys thought it'd be a good idea, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that fucking song? It just make some fucking noises. That's what it did. that's the end of that one.
Right. The easiest one you've ever recorded, right?
Yeah.
Nice. And then the last tune that I wanted to comment on is one that's a single, Here Comes the Night. With that one, I really like the fact that it brings out, and this is, again, it probably goes back to your guys, but it really brings out what you're best known for, that just in your face, from the minute go, pounding. Do you feel that as well?
I like that song. I like it because it's old school riffage and
Right.
it's fucking mega. And if I say I was a priest and stuff like that, sort of some early Scorpion stuff, you know, like that. It's pretty good actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've only started listening to it.
Nice. Well, Paul, I know you mentioned that you're getting yourself into fighting shape again, and you're planning to tour.
Wheelchair. Still going to be in a wheelchair for a while yet. But,
Okay.
as I said, we made a bit of headway in the gym this morning. We're hoping by the time I leave here and get back to England before we go away on tour that I'll be at least up on crutches on one leg,
Sure.
hopping about, even if just like the right leg's still full of fluid. But the more movement I do, then the less the fluid's going to be.
Sure.
There you go.
Sure. How hard is it? And I'm asking you this as somebody that's been through a major physical thing myself. I was in a burn accident, and I had to relearn to walk and use my arms and my fingers and all that. So I've been where you are, kind of.
Man,
And
I'm sorry.
well, yeah, you get through it, man. And honestly, right? I'll tell
Tequila
you.
helps.
What's that?
Tequila helps.
Oh yeah, it does. It definitely does. Well, how hard is it for you to not let the struggle get into your brain? Because that's what we all fight.
Yeah, well, you'll know this one as well. It's very difficult because I also suffer, like PTSD over this. And when you think, PTSD, no, fuck that. That only happens in combat, soldiers and stuff like that. But it's not. It's trauma, and it can get you. Some days are up, some days are down. I've got terrible anxiety over it.
Sure.
But, you just got to say, fuck it, get on with it. I know there's going to be more fault, as long as I don't do it too much, I don't have to trying things, but you've got not to be afraid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I get it. It took me 10 years before I could sit and watch fireworks just because of the explosions. The explosions would put me right back to minute one, so I get it. It is scary.
Sorry for that. But even little things, me trying to get up on this and bed in this hotel, it's too high. And it's too bloody soft as well, because it's like sitting on a marshmallow.
Right.
So I have to get the wheelchair up on the sides of there, and then I try and get my butt on as much on it as I can. I've done this one legs and push me over. That's all a strain. But one of my physios was going to teach me how to do this.
Okay.
To make it a bit easier. Be sick, unfortunately, so it ain't fucking happen today. So there you go.
Nice.
Just swings and roundabouts.
Right, definitely. So, Paul, what are the touring plans? Are you planning to try and do America and Europe, or what are you planning to do?
We kick off. Good first again there. Colombia. Colombia first. Colombia.
Okay.
Guitar and Medellin. Giants of Rock. We're doing that. After that, we got Priest Tour.
Okay.
Poland. We're not doing so many big ones this year because like this, and
Sure.
I think I deserve to do like a smaller tour, more money, less touring.
Right.
No, but we got later on we got more like Mexico, South America, and again because the other year was brutal. We did how many shows there in Brazil?
Altogether, in the 1 year, over
120 shows in 1 year.
Oof.
Wow. 40 odd of them was in Brazil alone.
Wow.
Nobody's ever played that many concerts ever.
51.
Right.
31 shows in Brazil alone, which is fucking awesome. And it was great for me because I spent a lot of time there anyway. But we played places no one's ever played, and no other band, not even Brazilian band, has ever played that many. It was awesome.
Right.
And I'm in this wheelchair.
Very good, man. Well, Paul, the new record is great. It's just simply called Warhorse, or Paul Di'Anno's Warhorse. It is out on...
Olds, really, but...
Okay. It's out July 19th, correct? Okay, and And where should we tell people to go to actually buy it? Because we tell everybody not to just stream it, but to buy stuff. So where should we tell them to buy stuff?
It was Records.
Okay.
Then you know, it would be nice. You can get it online. You know, order it online as well, which is cool. Because I mean, I don't even have a CD player. I put everything on my phone.
Right.
Which is weird, but I can't wait for it to come out on vinyl. I'm just about ready to start buying a record player again. Awesome.
Right on. Well, one more time, it is Warhorse, it is Paul Diano, and Paul, thanks so much for joining me here on Chris Akin Presents.
Welcome.
Get ready to turn up the excitement at your next event with the Perfect Choice Band, the ultimate party starters in Ohio and beyond. Picture this: 2 electrifying vocalists, a powerhouse rhythm section, and a horn ensemble that will blow you away. That's right, the Perfect Choice Band isn't just another cover band. We're here to transport you to the heart of the party with unforgettable renditions of your favorite hits. From classics to chart toppers, we've got your playlist covered. Our mission? To keep you singing and dancing until the stars fade into dawn. So, why settle for ordinary when you can have extraordinary? Call 440-346-5242 or visit us at perfectchoiceband.com to book the ultimate entertainment experience for your special day. The Perfect Choice Band, where every moment is music to your ears. Don't miss out. Book now and let's make memories.